Welcome to another video. So, DeepSeek V3 seems to have been launched. I am saying seems because the model is now updated in the API and their chat platform, but they haven't made the official announcement. They will be making it tomorrow. They have informed us in their forums. And
I I've been seeing DeepSeek for a long time. Well, before we watch that, let's see what DeepSeek, if I could play around with it for a little bit. How do you play around with it? How would you? I probably gotta. Trying to see if I could use one of these builders or something. Play around with it a little bit. Doesn't have to be anything crazy. Alright. I bet. I bet. Let's see. I want to test your capabilities. What can you do on this fucking base environment? Okay. Well, we're gonna start. This is just very basic. I got OpenAI open on one hand, and I have DeepSeek on the other. What I'm gonna do is throw these in both, see how it react. Here okay, so it's wrong. So yeah, it has to solve it. Boom. I can throw that in there. Copy all that. I can throw that in there. So we're gonna go through this. The updated version. And we're gonna see what that says. All right, we're gonna try this model's answer. Not good. We're gonna try this model's answer. So it looks like I don't know. So we did. Yo, this is so fucking cool. I don't know. Let's hop right into the video because this let's just hop right into the video, man. I'm not even gonna do that. Just want to give y'all like a little test. side by side of DeepSeek and OpenAI. OpenAI, I believe that's the 4.0 or the newest model. Passed that free code camp exam. DeepSeek seemed to it didn't pass it. So um points for OpenAI. I'm not gonna lie to you. Some it's Tuesday. It's Tuesday, so Tuesdays is the best day for it to open AI to work.
And if you use the DeepSeek API or their platform, you can also ask it which model it is, and it will tell you that it's DeepSeek V3. The model is going to have open weights, and the weights will come tomorrow. From the preliminary reports, it's scoring the second rank in Ader's benchmarks, as some people have run it through the benchmarks themselves, and it scores 48.9, which is above Sonnet. This is the new Polyglot benchmark by them, so it seems to be pretty good in preliminary reports. It is also claimed to be a 600 billion parameter model, which is pretty cool. It seems that this might be the end of Sonnet because this model seems to be very good, as per people's testing, and it is also costing the same as the previous model, which is very cheap on their API. It is updated on their API as well. So, you can just use the DeepSeek chat model, and it will point you to the V3 model. So now let's test it and see how well it performs. But before we do that, let me tell you about today's sponsor,
And granted, while this sponsor's going on, granted, I tested it on the Hugging Face interface. If I probably had it in an environment like a terminal, who knows what the answers could have been? Probably could have gave me a better answer than what it gave me. But right now, we're just trying to get things up and running and use whatever test cases we can use just to see what we have available to us.
Now, these are the 13 questions that I'm going to try it against. There are some new questions here, which are a little tougher now. The first question is, tell me the name of a country whose name ends with Leah. Give me the capital city of that country as well. The answer should be Australia and Canberra. Let's send it and see. Okay, here's the answer, and this is correct. So, this is a pass. Now the next question is, what is the number that rhymes with the word we use to describe a tall plant? The answer should be 3. Let's send it and see. Okay, here's the answer, and this is also correct. So, this is also a pass. The next question is, write a haiku where the second letter of each word, when put together, spells simple. Let's send it and see. Okay, so it seems that this is correct, and it makes some meaning as well. So, this is a pass. The next one is, name an English adjective of Latin origin that begins and ends with the same letter, has 11 letters in total, and for which all vowels in the word are ordered alphabetically. The answer could be something like transparent. Let's send it and see. Okay, here's the answer, and this is not correct. So, this is a fail. The next question is, Courtney said that there were 48 people, but Kelly said that Courtney had overstated the number by 20%. If Kelly was right, how many people were there? The answer should be 40. Let's send it and check. This is the answer, and it's correct. Let's mark it a pass. The next one is, I have 2 apples, then I buy 2 more. I bake a pie with 2 of the apples. After eating half of the pie, how many apples do I have left? The answer should be 2. Let's send it and see. Here's the answer, and this is also correct. So, let's give this a pass.
I feel like the one that it failed couldn't understand the prompt more so than like how the issue solving it. I feel like it was probably wordy or something with the prompt threw it off of its like thought process. Again,
Now,
everything
the
else
next
right.
question is, Sally is a girl. She has 3 brothers. Each of her brothers has the same two sisters. How many sisters does Sally have? The answer should be one. Let's send it and see. Now here's the answer, and this is also correct. So let's mark it as well. The next one is, if a regular hexagon has a short diagonal of 64, what is its long diagonal? The answer should be 73.9. Let's send it and see. Okay, it first gave me the equation, which I asked it to solve and give me a round number. And here's the answer, which is correct. Let's mark it as well. Now, the next question is, create an HTML page with a button that explodes confetti when you click it. You can use CSS and JS as well. Let's send it and check. Here's the code, and if we run it, then you can see that this works pretty well. So, this is also a pass.
Yeah, that's
The
good.
next question is, create a playable synth keyboard using HTML.
You know what's funny? If you're really good at making sure that the code you want is like you know how to find it and problem solve it, then you'll be able to code anything you want. It's about how you want to set your framework up and how you would set your AI agent up to work for you. But everything else should be smooth sailing from there.
CSS, JS. Let's send it and check. Okay, here's the answer. And if we run this, then this also works well and produces the correct sound as well. So, this is a pass. The next one is, generate the SVG code for a butterfly. Let's send it and see. Okay, here's the answer. And if we preview this, then this also looks pretty good. Let's mark it a pass as well. The next one is, create me a 3D circle that moves and loops endlessly in 3D space using HTML, CSS, JS. Let's send it and check. Okay, here's the answer. And if we run this, then this works pretty well. So, this is a pass as well. Now the
It's
final
pretty
question
dope.
is, write a game of life in Python that works on the terminal. Let's send it and see. Okay, here's the code. Let's copy and run it. Okay, this also works well. So, this is the final chart, and this model is too good. I think that we finally have a model that surpasses, or at least is on par with Sonnet. Plus, it's supposed to be open source as well. The previous model was quite close to Sonnet, but it still struggled. But this model is finally something that can be the alternative to Sonnet. The responses and some preliminary testing of mine show very promising results. This is pretty amazing, to be honest. The DeepSeek API is also extremely cheap. I think there should be a light model from them released as well tomorrow, because they generally release a light version for local usage. So, after the official announcement, I'll do another video. But I think that it may just be over for Sonnet now. I'll do some more testing on it, and I'll let you know more about this as well. So, stay tuned for that. This is quite a crazy model that we have got from DeepSeek. They are the company that really has the potential. Overall, this model is pretty cool. Anyway, let me know.
Honestly, I think the coolest part about it is that it's open source. Especially since GPT went from being open source to closed source and then calling Elon Musk bullies. I just hope that we get items that's more open source so we could use it on a general basis so we can help our Internet of Things and how we can help power things of tomorrow. That's really it.